What's up, everybody? Tricky Guys Sports Podcast. Brent Bilski here with you. We got Tony Blackburn in the house.
What it do?
Back at it again. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, man. I'm back like I never left. You out here cheating on me doing a podcast without me, man.
Show must go on, man.
I got you, bro. I got you, man.
You got to do.
You know, he did some topics probably he didn't want me to talk about, so that's probably what happened.
I mean, I ain't trying to do anything wrong. You know what I mean? We'll talk about what I talked about.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
We'll get into it here in just a second. So just so you know, by the way, I am your award-winning radio host, former All-State basketball player, JUCO national champion. You know what I mean? Did some things. Sports,
cool.
Sports junkie. Love me some sports, baby.
I love it, man. And I'm the award-winning Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, you know what it is.
I want to do you remember old Tony?
Yeah.
So Tony's Tony because he's Tony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's me.
Yeah.
You know, when you took that day off, or when I took that day off because you cheated on me with the podcast, I had a pretty good day.
I'll
we'll
bet you
talk
did.
about that in another podcast.
That would be a whole nother situation.
Yeah. What's good, though, man? Let's get into it.
Man, life comes at you fast, dog.
I'm excited.
Life comes at you fast. That's one thing I want to focus on. By the way, too, I have a perfect spot for Lamar Jackson.
Where?
I ain't telling you yet. I got a spot, though.
Don't say, let me see where we'd be good.
No,
Bears.
it's
I'm
not
always going
Chicago.
with Chicago.
It's not Chicago.
Okay.
I got it figured out. I know a perfect place for Lamar Jackson, but
stay where he is.
That too.
Yeah.
That's always an option.
That's what I would do if I was him. Stay where you at.
We'll find out with all the stuff going on in B-more because, like I said, life will come at you quickly.
Yeah, like The Wire.
You know, this was my video I used on the last one just to prove a point. Like, you think you're going one way, next thing you know, life's going a whole nother direction. Here we go.
She lit. See, you almost made me cuss on air.
Sometimes
try not to cuss, man.
Sometimes you're doing your cheering, go team, go team. We're gonna do this. No, everybody, let's go, and you're out. I love the girl scream at the end. By the way, the horrific, like, oh my God, scream.
Nah, she was screaming because she was laughing.
You know what I mean?
And
we go. And I'm asleep.
Is that an opposing cheerleader?
You know,
it get real on the field.
Man, look at her face too. That's that's just sad. So you know, what it is? Sometimes you're at a pep rally doing your thing. Sometimes you're playing pickup basketball. That one ain't gonna work for me. Sometimes you are singing. I gotta play this. I don't even know where this came from. This is at a racetrack.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're singing the anthem. You're cruising.
Proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars were so gallantly there, as the rockets were there.
Oh, the Rockets now, they was there?
Twilight's last gleaming, and the rockets' red glare were so gallantly there.
All right, bro, I got it.
The stripes were all there, and the rockets were there.
Hey, sound.
You know, sometimes you're going, you're cruising. I got this anthem. I knocked it out. Next thing you know, you're just the rockets were there. And I think a gun was there, and someone was there.
Well, first of all, he's not invited to America.
Because everyone was there, and they're there because they're there. You know what I mean?
So the gun was there? Come on.
We'll get to that. Hey, we're going to get there, too.
I know where you're going with it.
We are going to get there because, like I said, it comes quick. And then sometimes you're at your home debut. You're Kevin Durant. You've won 3 in a row for the Phoenix Suns. You're feeling yourself. You're getting warmed up for the game. You know what I mean? Hey, we're about to go out there and kill it. We've won 3 in a row. We're on our way, right? New Vegas favorites. The Phoenix Suns are going to win the whole thing. That was even your prediction.
They're getting Derrick Rose now, so they're definitely going to win.
You think they're going to get Derrick?
Chi-Town, Derrick Rose, yep.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad pickup for them. You know what I mean?
Definitely a good pickup, man. He still got some balling up in him.
Yeah, I love me some Derrick Rose, especially a guy as good as he is, as a former MVP, comes off the bench.
Right.
By the way.
And he could start on most teams in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're Kevin Durant. You're feeling yourself. It's right before the game. It's your home debut.
You just got to text him AD Anthony Davis. And
hey, good luck tonight. You know what I mean? Break a leg.
Don't do me.
Break a leg.
Bow.
Or sprain an ankle. Look at this.
Bro, that don't even look real. I saw. I mean, that hurts when it happens in real life. But damn, man. You know, KD, one of my favorite players, man. That's unfortunate for him. I hope he gets back.
I know, but let's just, for people that don't know what happened, this was
If
last
you look at
night.
it, so he wrote his left ankle when he jumped.
Yeah. Last night before the game, I'm not making a second of this up. It was supposed to be his
layup
debut
line.
for the brand new Phoenix Suns. Everyone's been, so excited for what they're doing just in warm-ups, and he sprains his ankle.
Out for the season.
I mean, it's MRI. We're at MRI time.
He should have text AD from his burner account.
Right.
And then that wouldn't happen to him. It happened to
sprains his ankle. I mean, I've seen stuff like this again in pickup, in rec, but I haven't seen it.
Not in warm-ups and warm-ups and layup lines. I have not seen that happen.
And the timing of it, again,
he needs milk.
When you consider the player, when you consider the timing, when you consider everything, sometimes, man. Oh, and it's a nasty turn.
Yeah, it is. I saw how he did it. That's those what they say, the hockey hockey stick feet he got.
Hockey stick feet, the low top shoes, what you know I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I mean the NBA, the shoe game is different, the technology. So maybe a lot of people wear those low top shoes. It's not like when we used to play. So
my day, you wore high tops, and you
we
made sure your ankle was.
You wrapped your ankle up before you went out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now
you
even
went on your jump soles, you put those on, got a couple of.
Kobe RIP, even not that long ago, though, his signature shoe always had great ankle. I always loved wearing Kobe's because of the high ankle support. So
right.
It's not like it's only been, low tops lately, but a lot of guys love them.
I wouldn't want to play them. If you were at the court back in the day, like you said, you would be laughing if somebody pulled up in some low tops. Like,
right.
What you gonna do in that, man?
What you gonna do in your running shoes?
Bro, put your sneakers on. You have sneakers?
Look like a marathon?
Yeah.
You running a triathlon over there, you dumb mother effer?
Shout out Nipsey. It's a marathon. Yeah.
Another RIP.
Yeah, RIP.
Yeah.
What you know about Nipsey Hussle?
I mean, I know enough. Right. I'm very street.
Come on. All right, Ja.
I'm not quite Ja.
All right, Ja. You very street.
I'm not quite Ja.
Big Crips out here?
We're going to get to him.
I'm not a gangbanger. I don't know nothing about that.
Because we got to put the Ja thing to bed. We really do have to put the Ja thing to bed. There was an update last night. But for people that missed out, yes, so Kevin Durant is now getting an MRI on that ankle. We'll find out more as we go along. Luka, by the way, Luka Doncic also hurt his hamstring last night. It was a lingering hamstring injury. He's getting an MRI.
Did he cry?
He, is, by the way, up to I think got his 15th tech, so he's already only one more tech away from having a full game suspension because he can be a little brat.
Yeah.
I saw it. I saw it live when he played the Rockets here in Houston. He just bitch. But yes, so both the Dallas Mavericks, that experiment so far, 3-6 so far, lost again last night with the Donkery show.
That's not going to stick.
It's going to work. The Donkery show.
And I'm mad I knew what you were talking about when you said it.
The Donkery show, Luka and Kyrie.
All right, you got me. That's an awesome nickname.
Only 3-6 since they've played together and lost again because Luka got hurt. But, I mean, yeah, in the end, I did talk about while you were gone, the Ja Morant thing.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
I mean, it's been in the news. You had to talk about it.
But what?
Hopefully he stays out the news with those type of interactions with social media, man. Stop recording everything. That ain't P.
He put his own Instagram live of himself with a gun. After getting all the incidents
what's up with freedom of speech
happened.
nowadays? Do we not have that?
Oh, you have freedom of speech. Do you really want to get into this debate as far as freedom of speech?
I'm not debating. I'm just saying, if I say whatever I want on the radio right now on the podcast, I should be allowed to say that, right? My opinion.
Sure.
Because I have a platform now. If I'm making millions of dollars, I'm held accountable because of things that people would likely do. That should happen for everyone, right? Didn't one of the presidents, won't say his name, say go drink some bleach, right?
Are we really going to make these
no, because it got to be one way, black and white.
That's all this is? This is just black and white? This is all this is?
That's what you're trying to make it, black and white, racist or whatever, but the platform is, hey, man, have some common sense. You know better than going to drink damn bleach.
Sure. I mean, yeah, and the idea that freedom of speech is not free. Freedom of speech is absolutely a right that we are able to celebrate in this country. Freedom of consequence from the things you say and the things you put out there. There's no such thing. There are still the laws. There are laws of the world, and then there are laws of nature, laws of man. Like we have in our country the law that you can say whatever you want. You do not have...
In the world, though. In the world,
yes.
Everybody has that law.
You do not, though, have the law of the idea that you can say what you want and not expect any consequence. So if you put yourself on Instagram Live with a flipping gun showing after you were
We're
accused...
in Texas.
He was in Colorado, which is just as Yosemite Sam. Pam, 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 pam. You know, we love guns. Open carry, shoot everyone. We don't give a damn. They're not quite that bad, but they're pretty loose with it. Still, when you consider he would already had just since the start of 2023, and you're Ja Morant, you were accused of putting laser sights on the Pacers staff after an altercation. You were accused of showing a gun on the fight with a 17-year-old. You were accused of rolling deep enough to where the security guard at the mall at finish line felt threatened.
It's getting hot in here.
You know what I mean? After all that, your dumbass decides to put yourself on your own Instagram, not someone else's cell phone, not
on a burner account like Katie.
Not a burner, you snitched on yourself with a gun, and yes, you are in now officially trouble.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
And everyone.
He's out of legal trouble.
Latest reports that came out today is that Ja Morant is currently free of any legal issues. The police did come out and say, look, there was no incidents reported. There were no complaints. There was no, shots fired. No one had anything going on.
No one upped the blicky.
No one upped the blicky out there at Shotgun Willie's, by the way.
No one brought me my joint.
Gotta love the name Shotgun Willie's for a strip club. That's where he was at.
Oh, well,
Shotgun Willie's in Glendale.
First of all, if I'm Ja, I'm not going to strip club. You know me, I'm bringing the strip club to my crib. I'm not going outside. I mean, I rarely go outside anyway. Bring the strip club to the crib. Don't be outside. There's too much to lose. 5
in the morning after a loss.
You famous, bro. Like you can. I know you can get on anybody's Instagram page, one of them chicks or whatever, and have them bring a whole bunch of females through, and you'll have a great time, and not be in a strip club up in the blicky.
I love the idea, too, besides the fact that he shows a gun after all his issues at a place called Shotgun Willie's. The strip club Shotgun Willie's.
That don't even sound fun.
I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine.
Come see our ladies at Shotgun Willie's. Woo, boy.
Nah, it got to be like V Live or, G5. Not that I know those places, but,
There are so many interesting things with the Ja thing. By the way, the internet is undefeated too. The comments I was reading, like saying things like, "Man, it's so nice to see a guy make it out the NBA to live his dreams in the hood." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Ja Morant, as you even texted me.
Yeah, man, he wilding, man. Like, hopefully this teaches him a lesson. I think the team says something. You may have seen different reports, but he's going to be away from the team for 4 days or so, 4 games.
Memphis Grizzlies have said we will hold him out at least for 4 more days. March 17th, the San Antonio Spurs is the earliest they are even hinting at a return. But the problem here, besides just the character stuff, and like I said, after today I want to put the Ja stuff to bed because the
Hopefully
Memphis Grizzlies to me are done. He gave a statement. The reason I haven't really focused on or read the statement, I don't even know if he wrote it. The publicized, I'm going to do the right thing and go get help. I'd like to apologize to my teammates, the organization, for being an idiot, for being an asswipe. You can't get help for
that. You can't get help for that. I seen somebody say, I don't know if it was Stephen Smith or somebody saying, they blame it partially on his dad because his dad was out there getting wasted and, instead of being a good, I guess you would say, an NBA father
figure.
Was
another interesting conversation I had heard on another one talking black and white. And that's not even, this isn't really black and white to me, but they did say in this culture specifically that Ja was that whoever pays the bills makes the rules. You know what I mean? There's a very common, like, if it's grandpa, you have to listen to it because I pay the bills. The idea that T. Morant, who, by the way, got in a fight at the Lakers game with, Shannon Sharp.
Now, he didn't get into a fight because you know what would have happened if you got
Shannon would have beat the brakes off of that.
The Lakers floor would have been red. New colors, purple and red.
But there are people that are close to Ja Morant's camp who have said they've had conversations with people inside that say T has become kind of more one of the boys, kind of one more of his friends than his dad right now, and that's problematic. Because Ja Morant is worth, almost $200-something million already in his contract.
So how old is his father?
His father is, I want to say, late 40s, early 50s. Like, he's not old.
Oh, so I probably would hang out with his dad. So he probably is wilding. He finally got, I guess they finally got some money, got out the hood or whatever.
Yeah.
You never know his dad background. His dad could have been like really in the streets or whatever. So he's trying to like be maybe
The internet
emulating his father.
The internet is claiming the opposite. Like you'll see a lot of comments like when they showed the Ja Morant stuff, it'd be like Clarence parents both live at home and Clarence parents have a real good marriage.
But you don't know what he did ahead of, in front of all that.
Right.
He could have been in the streets for real. And Ja could have seen that coming up, and so that could kind of be not instilled in him, but like he can kind of want to, like I say, emulate his father.
And now you're at a point too where again whatever the opinion is something along the lines of like now Ja doesn't have the ability, or T doesn't as his father, to even help him during this difficult time because
He one of the homies.
he's one of the homies and Ja pays the bills, and so it puts you in a weird dynamic.
No. I don't care if any one of my children become billionaires, which they probably will. They'll be a millionaire at least. You're not telling me what to do. You're still my child for the rest of my life and for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And I don't care how rich you get. Like, you didn't see me. Well, I'm not going to say that. But you didn't see Michael bossing his dad around. You didn't see...
You did not see Michael Jackson's father get bossed around. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Both Michael Jackson, Jordan, like they didn't boss their dad around. So it comes with being raised in a different era and the different values instilled in those kids. Like
Sure.
Ja just want to be, for some reason, he wants to be hood. And I would want to get my money from the I seen the memes talking about Kyrie fighting the air.
Right. And
he gonna drop me and he gonna keep him. I should have upped the blicky.
And I mean, even, situations with like Gilbert Arenas commenting on this is saying like there's a lot of this idea that once you get to the NBA, you start portraying a lifestyle that you're not really about. That was another thing the internet brought up too. When Ja Morant flashed this gun, it's Shotgun Willie's 5 a.m, chains flashing, showing money and all that. F around and find out. F around and find out how that life goes.
Nah, yeah, it is.
When you put on Instagram, hey, I got the strap, and people that are going to get offended by that go, oh, that's the life you want to live. Oh, by the way, I've got my chains with me. I got money. We got hoes here. Come on through. And if you're
that's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of rappers, not even just rappers, entertainers, people like that have lost their lives because they want to get on Instagram and say, yo, I'm here right now. And some ops are about that life. They ain't got anything to lose. They gonna pull up. They gonna take your chain. They gonna lay you out. If you about that life. So now you posting all this, right? And let's say somebody do pull up to the club, and now you have a whole shootout,
right?
And let's just say somebody in your family, your friends, your crew, they get injured, or you get injured,
right?
You
Even
shot
worse.
Your leg, you get injured, you die. One of the girls died, something, whatever. Bro, your career's over.
Yeah, it's gone, just like that.
And it's gone.
I'm not anywhere where I need to have my gun. I'm cool.
The season's already gone. By the way, to finish off the report, so yes, Colorado police are now done with Ja Morant. They said, we found nothing illegal. That's great. He's not going to be in trouble. The Grizzlies are saying only till March 17th and possibly bringing him back. The NBA is not done with their investigation in this situation.
I don't know. He coming back, man. Because he going to say, I didn't get charged with anything. I didn't do anything wrong. So now this is going to become more of, hey, you guys are hating on me.
It's not just hating.
We know it's not. But I mean, look, he's had all these incidents, and he has never ever. Isn't in America you're innocent until proven guilty?
You're innocent until proven guilty by the law. But the NBA, by the way, looked it up. Section 9, Article 35 states
50 games.
That you have these. It all comes down to the commissioner's complete just opinion. He can suspend you, quote, indefinitely. So if you bring a firearm on a team plane, team facility, anything involving something with the NBA, a team situation, the only precedent we really have is the Arenas Javaris Crittenden situation back in 2009.
What about Delonte West?
Was that at a team facility? That's the one thing. The question now that still lingers, and the NBA is going to research this with the Ja Morant, which I think will be a suspension at least till the end of the season.
I don't think so.
I really do, and I'm right to the point of boredom.
Man, I'm tired of being right.
I saw this coming.
That's not happening, bro.
I mean, 2 days before the report was even released, I was telling you, like, I don't like where Ja's going, even though he's not getting in legal trouble.
But I'm saying, like, he didn't do it. I'm not saying he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything illegal.
He didn't do anything illegal, but the NBA can still say, how did your gun get there?
What is the NBA's policy on firearms on the premises?
You can't, period. You cannot have them on a team plane, on a team bus. You can't have them in anything involving. So how, in a state that he's not born in or doesn't live in, did that handgun get there to Shotgun Willie's in the first place if he didn't probably have it packed in his bag on his plane or at least have it on the team bus? At some point, they're probably going to be able to connect the dots that you had your gun on a team facility, and that leaves it up to Adam Silver to make a decision, which, by the way, again, this is completely up to his discretion what he decides to do with the punishment. There's no, like, set. He can do whatever he wants.
And he's not going to do anything.
If you're Adam Silver, as much as he is trying his best to be a players commissioner and all that, this is something, if Ja did not have the precedent he set before, I think he'd be fine. I honestly do. I think if Ja had not been in any sort of issues before this, he would be fine.
Let's say how many points he dropped on the 17th.
You think so?
Yeah.
You say he comes right back on the 17th.
He'll come in there, yep, and he'll come in there and he going up on the Spurs, bro.
The
He's going to come in there and show what he's doing. Like, I don't think anything will happen.
I
think the worst of it has already happened.
If he had not had already, this is the fourth incident. And from people that will tell you, too, the NBA, by the way, knows all your business. They just try their best to help you cover it up.
Yeah.
So they've probably been following Ja and watching this, and everyone watching this cautionary tale play out of like, ooh, this guy's getting dangerous. But he's one of the best players in the NBA. The Memphis Grizzlies are one of the top teams in the West. This is an
that's
exciting.
What I'm saying. It's about money. Ja's going to play. NBA don't care about, all right, you didn't get in trouble. Adam, he weak. Let's be realistic about it. He weak. So he is weak. He's definitely weak. The players run the league.
Yeah.
Facts of the matter is Ja playing on the 17th.
You talk about money, though. And I agree with you on this. If you're the NBA, you also have an image to protect. And you have...
I don't care about that.
The Memphis. You don't need them. Like the Memphis Grizzlies, you don't need the Memphis Grizzlies
yes,
right
you do.
now.
You need all the teams you have.
You really don't, though.
And look, what do they rank at right now?
They're third.
Okay.
They're slipping because Ja's going to be out for a very long time.
No, he'll be back on the 17th.
You really...
Mark my words on that.
All
back
right.
on the 17th. He'll be back, and because they don't want that to be the reason it swings and it upsets the whole play-in, the whole rankings, the whole standings. He playing on the 17th against the Spurs.
I will go the other direction simply because, again, this was the fourth incident involving either fights, altercations, or a gun. 3 of the other ones involving allegedly guns. One we know for sure had one because he was the one who showed the damn thing himself, which some people tried to say, oh, that might be just like one of those lighters, a toy gun or a lighter.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't have first called the NBA and be like, bro, that was a lighter. I was just playing. If that was really that simple.
I mean, if that was a real gun, we know strip clubs and those establishments don't allow you to bring guns inside there because
not allowed to drink. Well, even Open Carry Colorado says you cannot be under the influence.
That, right? You can't do that. So if the cops say, hey, man, his location was that he was inside the club where they serve alcohol with the firearm that I don't know if they ever found or retrieved a firearm.
Never did.
All right, so look, y'all got evidence of him being inside the club where they served alcohol. You didn't get in trouble. Bro, that's dead. It's over. He beat it. It's over.
The saving grace will hopefully have to be an entourage member, somebody in his camp to sit there and say, I had the gun with me the whole time. Someone's going to have to take Somebody
got to take that charge.
Someone's going to have to take that rap.
There is no charge to take. He already beat it.
Not legally. The NBA, though, is its own business and organization.
So if I was him, I'd say, check this out, man. I didn't get in trouble by the cops for anything. I ain't doing anything wrong. I'm playing.
Yeah.
And if not, we're gonna have issues. I have money. We're gonna get a lawyer.
Right.
And then let's think about how many players they may side with them. Say, all right, well, we all go walk out. Remember that time we had the lockout?
Yeah, but we had lockouts for more.
I get that.
Issues that were more important. Ja Morant's just being stupid. Like Ja Morant is
Don't get me wrong, he's being
ignorant
stupid.
as hell.
What I'm telling you is he's just gonna have to learn the hard way.
Right. And it was funny, too, when you weren't here. I was trying to tell people, with my story, I've been through and I've seen through rehab and everything I've been in. You will hear the same 3 things when people are on a downward spiral. You'll hear them over and over and over, and eventually you'll understand how thin those arguments were, and these were the Ja Morant ones, and we're kind of creeping if he doesn't understand what he's done in the same thing. They'll say 3 things by people when they're still on a spiral or an addiction or something like that. They'll say 3 things. Wasn't my fault. It's the first thing you're going to hear. Wasn't my fault. It's because of this.
Somebody made you. No, got it.
Yeah. Second one you are always going to hear is that you got to understand. Okay, it might have been my fault, but you got to understand I was raised this way. This happened. Someone died. I was in a mood. You know what I mean? So, yes, I'll admit it's my fault, but now I got to play on your sympathy, and I'm going to throw out whatever I can to try to make you feel for me. And
It's called the helplessness syndrome.
Right.
I was reading a book this morning, actually, about that. I've been reading this book. It's called Crucial Conversations. It addresses exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
A good hour in today between my Tony games this morning because I thought we were leaving at 8. But, yeah, a lot of people push the blame. They won't take the blame, and then they're going to say, hey, listen, I didn't have any other choice. That's
Right.
the helplessness. Or they play the victim.
Right.
That's not my fault. Or the helplessness. There's one more. Probably the same
Last
from the
one
book.
you'll hear after that is, well, I'm not doing as bad as so-and-so, or I'm not in jail, I'm not dead. You know what I mean?
It's called a distractor.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and that's pretty much what was in that book I read this morning.
Okay.
Well, I've been reading. So
I should write a damn book then.
no, we ain't gonna read it. No.
If I could ever learn to read and write, I could. I could kills me a book.
I seen your handwriting is right. You no.
I've been told actually my handwriting's not
You
bad.
can type a book.
You know what I mean? Got the new Chat GPT. Let them do it for me.
Yeah. Let them do it.
But going all the way to every incident, we kept hearing the same stuff, and I'm like, this is a cautionary tale of trying to be something
When
you're not.
keeping it real goes
And
wrong.
everyone that was trying to defend Ja, and now I still think we'll get in some punishment. We'll see. I mean, we do have at least, we'll find out. But yeah, it wasn't his fault. You got to understand, he's young, he's this, hey, he's not been in any legal trouble. No. Okay, fine. All of this is still led to the fact that the Memphis Grizzlies are in big trouble right now and had a real opportunity. Golden State's reeling. They're too small. We don't trust Denver. Milwaukee and Boston both seem beatable as far as anybody in the Western Conference. This could have been the year that Ja not just got his contract extension, not just became one of the big stars of the league, could have pushed Grizzlies to their first title and just kind of solidified his legendary status. Now his Powerade sponsorship's got to be in question. His Nike deal has got to be a little bit in question. These are all image-based issues.
Correct.
And if you blow this year in Memphis, I don't know that you come back next year and repeat the same success or possibility you had as second seed in the West and looking like you could have been a title contender. And I don't see him coming back. I really don't.
Well, here's my thought behind it. I think he's coming back on the 17th. But the fact of the matter is the team has likely already been speaking to everybody in the NBA.
Sure.
Right? So they would look like idiots to release this and say, hey, he'll be back in 4 games. Knowing good and well, Adam is like, nah, bro. He done. He getting those 50 games. That's what we giving him. He done till mid.
Yeah.
But obviously they are privy to some information that we aren't. And they say, hey, in 4 days he back.
Right.
All right, they're going to sit him down. He's going to be away from the team. Maybe they'll have him go do some counseling or something like that.
That's what he's been saying. I'm going to go get help. And it's
Yeah,
like, help
but-
what? Not being an idiot? Like, you know what I
He
mean?
can't
Like,
get help with that.
Yeah.
But he going to come back. They have too much money behind it. With Vegas and betting and all that, to just be like, you know what? Now the Grizzlies, they're just a non-contender. We're going to take the star player. We're going to cut him out. Hey, man. Nah, he'll be back.
no matter what, though, by the way, I was not the only one who made the Allen Iverson comparison.
See, I done
I saw
told
that.
you.
I saw
I
somebody else
done
with that
told
weak
you.
comparison. They listen to your podcast. That's why.
You know what? Hey, it's the same story though of like it's not my fault. Allen came from this. You He never did. He still had a good career, but he should have been one of the top 10 GOATs.
Never had help.
Never had help. It's not his fault. Never had help.
No, let's be
You
serious.
gotta
about it.
understand.
Let's go back to the greats that never won a ring. Barkley.
Ran into Jordan.
Don't bring Jordan into.
Why not? He ran into Jordan. That was a big reason he lost.
AI ran into Kobe.
Yeah.
That's a huge reason to lose.
Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like come on, bro. Little AI, Kobe and Shaq. Come on, don't do that. He didn't have help. I mean,
It's not his fault.
His off the court issues. Yeah, that's wild.
Right.
But on court, he's still giving you 38 and 10 and 8.
Yeah, at least he's still scoring a lot of points. He's won an MVP, right? Hey, he's not doing anything wrong outside that's going to eventually catch him up from
So
his...
is it going to be about basketball or is it going to be about behavior and role models?
If you are a guy who's trying to be...
Nope.
Like, there's 2 levels.
Because Shaq says, not Shaq, Charles Barkley, he said, I'm not a role model. I play basketball. KD, I'm not a role model. I hoop. This is what I do.
Right.
So what does Ja want to be? Ja want to be what Ja want to be.
Right, and right now, Ja is not where he wants to be because Ja is currently at least on a extended leave because of his off-court stuff. Could be the next Sean Kemp, by the way.
When keeping it real goes
If you don't want me to throw out the Iverson comparison, can we bring up Sean Kemp?
Luckily, he wasn't in the car with Kemp, man. You know,
Sean Kemp.
He ain't been at the games. He could have been rolling with Kemp. That's outlandish, Sean Kemp out there in the streets like that, bro.
53 years old in a drive-by shooting.
Outlandish, bro. Like I don't know what he got going on.
This is another one. You want to talk about a guy who was, this is the same, just to keep the comparison to Ja, like this is the same situation of a guy who was going a certain direction. Sean Kemp was a 6-time All-Star in 8 years on the Seattle Sonics.
Cocaine. That's what happened to Sean Kemp.
He did like himself some crack.
Yeah,
Crack is whack.
Like, that's what happened to him, you know?
And was at one point, again, if he doesn't run into MJ in 96, probably wins himself an NBA title.
Ain't nobody beating the Bulls, man.
That was the greatest team arguably ever assembled.
Ever, 72-10.
You know, so that was, but I mean, he was on a certain path. And then, like you said, by the way, so people, in case you don't know, Sean Kemp, former Seattle Supersonic, Cleveland Cavalier, a bunch of stuff, was arrested yesterday because at 53 years old at a mall in Pierce County, Washington jail, Tacoma Mall, he decided to get himself into a drive-by shooting.
I ain't got a good brain.
Booked felony drive-by. I guess I still have to say allegedly after an incident involved at the mall where shots were fired. They found him with a gun. I think I seen the video.
Was he not in the vehicle?
He
had to up the blick.
He upped the blicky. They caught him. The gun was found on him. And now Sean Kemp is facing some real.
So was anybody hit?
No one was hit.
Oh, okay.
No one got hurt. Apparently, he shot, the gun is basically as well as he shot free throws in the clutch sometimes.
That's so petty.
And again, Internet Undefeated.
That's petty.
Internet Undefeated, one of the comments I heard was something like, and who said big men in the 90s couldn't shoot? I was like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
That's funnier because no one actually got hit by the sprayed bullets.
So... who was he shooting at? What was the drive-by?
We don't know.
What's the story surrounding it?
So we just know right now, like Sean Kemp owns a cannabis dispensary, which can still put you in
those situations.
In and out.
Somebody might try to run up in his spot, take the joint. He said, "Bring my joint," and that's how that went down.
When
so
keeping it real goes wrong.
It could be some. I was protecting my. Nah, he probably you can't do drive-bys on the street, so. Unless those people were shooting at you and pulled off, bro, it's not looking good for you in jail. Better learn how to shoot up in there, because they stab up in there.
After Sean Kemp's early run in Seattle, let me
enlighten you about your new friend here, about what he's really like.
Let me kind of explain again. Sean Kemp was on his way. Sean Kemp was only the 5th man, by the way, drafted out of high school at that point, because he failed his SATs, and that's the reason he ended up not going to college. But
so you can see those smarts are kind of playing out, 20, 40 years later, whatever it is, in drive-bys. I wouldn't want to do. First of all, I'm not getting in the car. I always say, hey, man, where y'all going?
Right.
Who's coming? Who's going to be
there?
Well,
it sounds like it was Sean's car. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know all the details yet. But so after his good run, 6 All-Star appearances, 8 years in Seattle, over his career, by the way, has 7 kids with 6 different women.
Lit.
You gotta love that.
Wait, not lit? Okay.
His estimated $94 million contract in net worth now down to about 7. Does have a weed business, does have some other stuff.
Oh, yeah, he booming. He got money. He just ain't telling you. I didn't report that.
Yeah, maybe some off the books. But by the way, in Seattle, so this is right after the finals run. One of his teammates, who's not as good as him, decides he gets more money. So Sean tries to hold out even though he had signed the contract. They let him finish out the year. That gets him traded to Cleveland. And then after a couple years in Cleveland, where, by the way, he got up to arguably anywhere from 315 pounds.
Yeah, he was big in the mud. It was that crack, man. Ain't nothing to do in Cleveland. No, I ain't gonna start that. Shout out Joakim Noah.
Got fat as hell in the offseason.
I want my baby back.
I want my cracky. You know what I mean?
And he couldn't even, it looked like, I was like, dang, he can't touch the rim anymore.
Right. It was really, it was sad. So he goes from Cleveland to there. Then he tries to go to Portland, where the first season he's there, he has to leave early because he goes to alcohol and drug rehab, like you said, for cocaine, crack, alcohol addiction.
Crack is whack.
Then in 2001, he gets released after some issues with that. 2005, tries to attempt a comeback, but unfortunately decides just not to show up to the tryout for undisclosed reasons. The next year, the Bulls are looking at him. Workout, tryout.
It's not a game.
We're
talking about practice, man.
Yeah, what are we doing? So, yeah, I mean, just a career, again, that was going one way. Life comes at you fast.
You know what?
Life comes
I
at
hate
you
to
fast.
say this right
dog.
now because I'm not defending anybody, but we all human.
Here we go.
We make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I hope Ja can recover from this because
Yes.
he gonna need some people in his corner.
I'm not rooting against Ja Morant. I'm just explaining that there are guys before him. It's not like there hasn't been a precedent set of when people start going down the wrong path and you start seeing repeated behaviors. And this idea of just the solution is to tell them, like, it's all right. You didn't do this. You didn't do that.
He know that's not all right.
I hope so.
But what I'm saying is, like, all right, so in the past, what have they done to other individuals that have had similar circumstances and incidents? They didn't suspend them for the rest of the season. They didn't do any of that to them. So
the only one we have that's close is the 09 issue but again, Gilbert Arenas.
Hibachi.
Yeah.
He used to firing them up back then. Shout out Hibachi.
He was
my favorite player, Agent Zero, back then, man. He come out there, I'm finna drop 53 on you.
Yeah, he brought a gun to the locker room, though, and it was proven. So
I think Paul Pierce said he used to carry a weapon with him as well, a knife or something.
And after he got stabbed, that was another thing that was said. You know, Paul Pierce robbed and stabbed 9 times in the face.
Yeah.
Afterwards decided, I'm going to carry things with me.
But I carry mine, too. Bring my joint.
You're also not the star of the Memphis Grizzlies, currently signed to a $200 million contract extension. Ja Morant has a chance to be a $1 billion athlete by the time it's all said and done.
First of all, he in Memphis, bro. Memphis is not getting – Memphis is gutter, bro. He good. He's good in the West.
Yeah. I mean, you could try to –
You been to Memphis 10?
Nah,
6
not.
Mafia? Yeah, he good out there, bro.
All right.
That's what I'm telling you, man. Adam is not going to be able to suspend that, man.
We'll see.
The Grizzlies are not having it. They finally got a chance. They're not having it.
Let's hope it all works out. But I want to put it to bed. But like I said, the whole thing, I saw this behavior coming. I tried to warn y'all. No one wanted to listen to me.
See, I done told you.
I said this before all that happened. I'm like, bro, he's going down the wrong path.
You said that, and I said he would not be suspended, any of that. You know, he got suspended, I think, a little bit. But that's because there was an ongoing investigation.
There's still the NBA investigation unless they're able to do everything they can to prove.
I hope they're talking about it right now while we're sitting here. So I'd be like, told you so on the way home.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Lamar Jackson, is he going to get his money?
I don't know if I was my own agent, I'm getting my money. I'm getting my money.
Now, he does have a group of advisors, including his mama, so that's always good.
No condescending, it's your wrong. Mama's right.
No, general manager. Mama says I'm worth $300 million.
So you know, by him playing at that level, he probably knows people like maybe LeBron's manager. I mean LeBron's agent. He probably knows people at that level that he's getting sound advice from.
I would hope so.
I don't think he's like, I'm the MVP, man. You know what? I don't need no agent. You're fired. I'm gonna get this busting. Nope. He has an idea what he should get. I don't know if he's going to leave because I feel like it's still a lot to get. You know, I would stay there. Maybe he just don't like the team. Maybe he doesn't like the management.
Yeah.
But
we'll start getting into NFL as we progress along in the year and everything we're doing here. But this was an interesting report because there has been a lot of contract signings lately with quarterbacks. Daniel Jones in New York just got his money. Derek Carr just got some money in New Orleans. You got, who's the other one? Geno Smith.
Oh, okay.
Good for Geno. Got a 3-year, $105 million extension.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's dope for Geno.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So we're in that free agent signing period right before the draft where NFL teams are starting to figure stuff out. And after 2 years of disputes in Baltimore, like you said, with an MVP, a unanimous MVP just in 2019 who has been nothing but successful for them, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens have hit such an impasse. For the first time since 2016, he's getting not just franchise tagged, the non-exclusive franchise tag, which is basically the same thing as we're saying as Ja at the club. Like Baltimore's basically saying, F around and find out. F around and find out if you really think you're worth the money that you think you are in the open market. We're gonna
and with two 2 draft picks as well?
Right.
Nah.
Which is an interesting to see again. Now, this is, as Tony pointed out, Lamar Jackson is representing himself. He does not have an agent. And I think Baltimore is making a power move that maybe, again, Lamar knows enough and knows what's going on. But basically, when you do the non-exclusive pick or the non-exclusive tag, other teams now can sign Lamar Jackson. But the caveat is that they also have to give up 2 first-round picks in order to make this transaction happen. So even though they're saying you're going to get to go to the, quote, free market, not really. So if you're another team, you have to have 2 picks available in order to even make this happen. Or, 2 picks kind of that you don't feel are that coveted.
Right.
So that makes it very limited. So I think what Baltimore's doing here in a negotiation ploy, because, again, it's been going on for 2 years, is like, yeah, we're going to let you hit the, quote, free open market. And the numbers aren't going to...
They're having an open marriage right now. That's what they're doing. They got an open marriage. Go ahead and get out there and get it cracking and see if it's hitting the way you think it's hitting.
You're right. Girl gives you a hall pass for like a week.
Yeah, he got a hall pass for 2 years.
Yeah.
How old is he? So you got to think, is a team going to want to give up 2 draft picks for him at the age he is?
26. He's still young.
That's still young, NFL young.
Lamar Jackson, it's the only thing is that in the last 2 seasons he's missed 11 games because of the style of play. He is a guy who does like to scramble and run. He uses his legs, dual threat. I would argue, though, you look at, the success Baltimore's had. By the way, I didn't realize just how successful he's been. They're 45-16 in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson starting. Without him, they are 3-9.
Dang.
This is not like he doesn't have an immediate impact as a winner, as a leader. Lamar checks.
He's MVP.
MVP checks every box. There's nothing Lamar Jackson doesn't do on the field or
Except
off
for
the
winning
field.
the Super Bowl.
Hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. Had to miss the playoffs this year because of either injury or, again, negotiation, maybe not wanting to rush back because he's trying to still negotiate his contract. We don't know. But still, there is a lot to be said of, like, what are you missing out on in a Lamar Jackson where you're Baltimore? Now, the big issue, though, in a lot of this is not just the money. He wants the Deshaun Watson money. Money. That's the big sticking point here.
Well, he better get to the massage parlor.
I mean, if you're Lamar Jackson, no, I can see Lamar's point.
Did you see the shade? Did it get darker in here when
Yeah.
gets to the massage parlor?
I mean, as we talked before, like, I want to believe Deshaun Watson, but when you get up to 40, not even being over the top, I'm being literal.
Let's be serious. When you even get up to like 4,
right?
Yeah, be like, man, hold on, what's really going on? Because like he keeps going to these places, and you got these at 4 different. I don't know. Let's put a disclaimer out there. We do not know any of these gentlemen that we're talking about, personally.
Yeah.
So we don't know what goes on in their personal lives. First of all, we just have our podcast, 2 cool guys sitting down chopping up about things going on in sports and the media.
Sure.
So, yeah, you don't know what Deshaun Watson had going on, but 40?
I don't know a lot of stuff. I know when 40-something plus women have accused you of something.
Oh, no.
It's hard to buy that all 40. And again, boy, same stuff if you're a Deshaun supporter. And I have been, by the way. I've loved Deshaun Watson all the way from Clemson. And the idea that, he never got in trouble. He's not doing as bad as so-and-so. He's not Bill Cosby. He's not in jail. And got his money.
F around and find out.
So if you're Lamar Jackson, let's take it this and you're trying to negotiate your long-term deal with the Baltimore Ravens, and you say, look, I'm an MVP. I've done nothing but be a leader. You have no off-field issues with me. Yet somehow a guy who was suspended for a year for quote-unquote sexual misconduct, enough the NFL felt. Interesting, by the way, the NFL, he did nothing illegal, yet they found a way to push him away for a pretty long time, Deshaun Watson.
That's here in Houston. Houston was trash. The team was trash. So had Houston been winning, Houston not going to forfeit that money. They won't. You got to think all the money they make from ticket sales in Memphis. Ja is not going anywhere. He'll be back. I
had to bring it back. I had to do it. Yeah. But, so you could say, look, I've done all the right things off and on the field. This guy did not. And he got not just money, he got 5 years, $230 million. The craziest part, fully guaranteed. That never happens.
I mean, it's called the Good Old Boys crew. Like and it isn't about what you know; it's about who you know.
And where you go, because I'm sorry, Cleveland is a football city, but it's also what's the word? Shithole. And
shout out Joakim Noah.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is.
You should have played that clip.
I need to get that one. Yeah. They've had 30, I want to say now 34, 35 starting quarterbacks since 1999 in Cleveland.
Wow.
This is a team.
Who wants to go to Cleveland? It's Cleveland, bro.
Oh, no.
It's Cleveland. I've been there multiple times. You can try to defend your city all you want. It's not
it too, man.
Worst big city in the country. As far as just environment, the weather, the lack of options to do anything fun ever in the history of ever.
You can go to like one of those industrial tours.
You know what I mean? Tour factories, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Eat a cheeseburger and you're done. You've been to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can do that virtually. We can do that from Zoom.
This is not the Deshaun Watson situation where the Cleveland Browns, who were so desperate to finally get a franchise guy, that they just went berserk. So that's the Baltimore Ravens side. If you're the Baltimore Ravens organization, you're going to say, look, Lamar, we love you. We really like you, and we want to sign you long term. It's not that they haven't thrown out offers. They just haven't thrown out the Deshaun offer. Now, they have said they're about $100 million separated as far as for the amount of years and stuff. They don't want to, they're saying, look, you've been hurt and all that. But the fact is that the Cleveland Browns offer to Deshaun Watson was insane. It's an outlier, and we're not going to do this.
Well, Cleveland began jerked around, Johnny.
Right.
So they need somebody.
They were desperate. 35 quarterbacks since 1999 is like an average of almost two starting quarterbacks. They can't even get through a season on average with the same starting quarterback. They've had no success.
The quarterbacks get there, they get depressed, like, I live here now?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that's not the case, but it's Cleveland, bro.
So if you're Baltimore coming back to Lamar, you're going to say, look, man, this is not – the rest of the world is not the desperate Cleveland Browns who went way and overpaid and overstepped and set a boundary or set a outlying level of contract that we're just not going to offer you. And currently other guys that are not Lamar Jackson, they're not. Lamar Jackson is by far the best of these four I'm about to bring up, but Daniel Jones – got 4 years, 160, 80 million guaranteed. Geno Smith got 3 years, 105. I couldn't find out how much guaranteed, but I'll look it up later. Derek Carr, 4 years, 150, 60 guaranteed. These are normal contracts that you hear. You don't hear now Aaron Rodgers, if he...
That's Aaron Rodgers.
Has proven himself a little longer than Lamar and doesn't, used his legs a little as a younger guy. Aaron was one of those...
I don't care. And we're not giving Aaron Rodgers no praise. I'm a Bears fan. I don't want to talk about the Packers at all.
Yeah, and, he might be a Jet now. That's the new report,
I still don't like him. I don't care. Still don't like him. I'm talking about he owned the Bears. We own you. So what?
He did kind of own you, though.
The numbers lie.
The numbers
the numbers lie. You don't own us. Chi-Town, stand up. Nah, you don't own us, man.
Gotta love the loyalty.
Yeah.
But, I can see both sides of this, and this is where not having an agent is interesting to me, because he's not just in a regular, because there's 7 out of 2,000 players that have been in negotiations, 17, or I have the numbers somewhere, it's like 17 of 2,000 have ever tried to negotiate their own deal currently in the NFL. There have been other guys that have done it. Russell Okung, there's been Richard Sherman did it. There's been a few that have done it. One, they were not looking at the money that Lamar Jackson is looking at. B, I don't think they had the circumstance of, you're asking for the most money guaranteed ever. You're asking for a new record to be set that was already considered pretty outlandish for what Deshaun got paid. You have injury issues. This is the tough stuff of negotiation that sucks, because this is one of the – okay, so my dad and my brother, they are financial advisors. So many times it's been so sad to watch people think, because again, they take a small percentage to give you 40 years of experience and advice, and this kind of DIY attitude of I can do it myself. You probably can, but in the end,
someone who's went to school and their whole life revolves around.
It's one of the few things where you don't really do this to doctors, you don't do this to other people. Financial advisors, I've seen so many people go, I think I know as much as you, even though I've only done this for 3 months.
You're not gonna be like, hey man, I'm a doctor, let me go ahead and remove my own spleen.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but maybe he, like I said, he's privy to something that we don't know. Maybe he already has an offer. Somebody hit him up, and he's like, man, do I really want to go to, what team are you thinking?
I haven't released that yet. I'll tell you team that
Arizona? Maybe Arizona?
Let me give you this scenario where I think Lamar Jackson would be a perfect fit with this non-exclusive tag. Because, again, you have to give up 2 first-round picks to have them. Got to have cap space. You have to have a city that is possibly just recently dealt with quarterbacks being maybe, up and down, having struggles with the quarterback situation. You want to probably have like a nice new young head coach, somebody a little, as far as, new age thought, way of thinking. You want to have maybe a lot of extra draft picks even after you give up these first two. You got to have cap space, which would be a nice thing to have. You want to maybe give him a fresh start.
Tampa. Because, Tom Brady said he might go play
Tampa's
for Miami.
not a bad idea. Now,
I'll go there. That's what I would go. Tampa.
Just to give you an idea, the ones that were, quote, not interested, according to reports, are the Raiders, Dolphins, Falcons, Panthers, and Commanders. Ones that are
like all
possible.
them need help.
But they're saying they're already out of the Lamar sweepstakes. Why? We don't know exactly for sure. Possibles include the Green Bay Packers if Rodgers goes to New York. You have the 49ers because they do have Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, but both of them have been hurt.
Okay.
So San Fran would be a beautiful West Coast offense. The whole thing would be a beautiful spot for Lamar Jackson. You have the Minnesota Vikings. Do you give up on the Kirk Cousins experiment, Justin Jefferson,
Nah, let them
and
stay
Lamar?
sorry. They in my division. Everybody in NFC, they could let them stay trash.
Can you imagine, though, Jefferson and Lamar Jackson doing their thing together?
Are the Bears in there? Because Justin Fields be making me mad.
That's the thing. You got Justin Fields. People think you're going to stick with Fields.
Why? It was already at the beginning of the season. They were saying like his job still was open.
One, he's a lot cheaper. Two, you have the draft.
Who cares about cheaping? We want to win.
You have the Patriots. I think could be an interesting fit. Yeah, Bill
I don't like
Belichick.
Patriots at all. So
I can't stand Bill Belichick. I think he's a douchebag.
My ex-wife from Rhode Island. So yeah, man, no, F the Patriots.
But I mean, think about it though. So I've knocked out those teams. Just think around who else who could use one. Who could use one? I got a perfect idea. Again, got draft picks available, cap space, young.
We not in football season, so I don't know right now.
Right here,
I would get
H-Town.
that'd be
The
lit.
Houston Texans.
That would be lit.
The Houston Texans.
So you be like,
are-
hey, Deshaun, you went and got
Mwah.
that money? Bet I'm gonna go to your city and they gonna give me that bread, and then I can see that. I heard James Harden coming back. I check ESPN every day because if he does come back, Houston's gonna be pretty lit for me.
Yes.
Yeah, so
The Astros already doing very well here in
Yep.
Houston. You would have the Rockets with James Harden. Hopefully they get with Victor
I
Wembanyama.
don't even care about them winning. James Harden moved back to Houston. It's gonna be kind of lit out here because
Well,
Yeah.
we got our own stories
Yeah.
we can get into on that. But think about this. Lamar Jackson to the Houston Texans, they have multiple picks that they have picked up through other deals and things they've done. So they have extra first-round picks. They can give up 2 picks very easy. They better have enough cap space considering they have no one signed worth a damn on their team. Not worth a damn. I don't want to be rude, but you know what I mean?
Man. Hey, when they pull up on you, the whole team.
You know what I mean? You come beat my ass. D-Hop's gone, though. J.J. Watt's gone. There's no big names that they're currently beholden to with a long-term contract. You don't have your quarterback answer. You do have the draft. But if you're the Houston Texans and you have a former MVP who has proven winning success and can, leadership and all the things, a veteran, not a rookie that you have to mold and hope he becomes a leader. One that's already proven as a leader is sitting out there. All you got to do is pay him some money and give up the Ravens a couple picks. I think this is a no-brainer. I say come to Houston.
Yeah, I would love to have him in Houston.
Now, he's not going to win early,
Yeah,
but he's going to get his money.
The UH football team pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shout out UH.
shout out UH. You already know. I think that'd be a great fit. You
I
got
think
some
so,
pretty
too.
cool. I think will be stars come out of UH in the very near future. I would want to play at home, leave college, and then go right and play at the Texans and make them immediately better.
I got Lamar Jackson, the perfect fit for the Texans.
I am the smartest man alive.
And I haven't heard that one a lot, and I like all the scenarios.
I'll agree with you.
Because Lamar's going to
like
want his
that.
money. If he
I like
wants
that
to
one.
Sean money,
He can get it here,
and
and he gonna come here. It's gonna be popping. The city, like I said, the Astros just won the World Series. UH number one in basketball right now. The women's basketball team is going to the championship for UH. Houston, man.
yeah.
I live here. Come on out here, man. Lamar,
Right?
come on, let's
It's
turn
nice
up, bro.
out here. No, by the way,
on.
say if you're that concerned about money, no state tax.
No state tax. I don't pay tax. I'm a veteran, so whatever.
You're sure. Well, that's a whole other thing. I mean, Lamar served a lot of time in B-more, but not as a soldier. You know, what I mean, he's been a soldier
Now
on the field though. Played hurt, done a lot of stuff.
He didn't do stuff in The Wire and be more. I don't know if you ever watched The Wire. Pretty good show.
I've seen parts of it.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
But yeah, I've never really gotten that far. Now, Method Man's one of my favorite actors, though, of all time, and I know he's in it. So that's always been a tie-in for me, is that I can watch Method Man do anything. Method Man, by the way, has the same move he will do over and over. It's become like, we all have our little tics or like our little tendencies quirks. Method Man loves to do the finger, hold the finger thing. So it'll be like, you are abusive, truculent, and no. Like watching almost every Method Man movie, at some point he's going to be like, Your Honor, he's not just guilty, he's liable. You know what I mean? He'll do, and he has the 1, 2, 3, and he'll watch for that move with Method Man.
Just like with Chris Rock. You know, his special just came out. He talked about Will Smith.
Yeah.
You didn't know Chris Rock hands. If you notice it, yeah, he has something.
My fingers never go straight. I don't know why.
He can't slap somebody. It's like, you know, that's unfair, Will. Why would you do that to him?
Man, but talk about life coming at you fast.
Man, that whole thing. You know, he went in on that Netflix special. It was funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's jokes, so whatever.
Right. Speaking of life coming at you fast, I still got a couple more videos I wanted to show us here.
Run it up, man. I've been waiting for you to put some up there pretty good.
As we pointed out, we showed the Kevin Durant hurting himself. Do you know the Clippers, by the way? Los Angeles Clippers going to get their own $2 billion facility out there.
Yeah, I saw that.
In Inglewood.
Shout out Russ, man. I hope you're having a good time out there.
You know, they're doing good right now. The Clippers, by the way, look very good.
Good. Shout out Russ, man. You know, like I said, maybe L.A., not L.A., but the Lakers wasn't a good fit for him. You know, nothing against LeBron, but maybe it was just a little bit too intimidating for him to play with LeBron. And, you know, a lot probably was on his shoulders. AD always hurt.
Right.
It just wasn't a good fit for him, I guess.
Yeah, but Los Angeles Clippers finally stopped having to be the stepchildren of the Lakers, having to borrow their arena. You know what I mean? They're going to get their own. They just had the unveiling, not the complete unveiling, but they had all the Clippers there for the construction and all that. And their owner, Steve Ballmer, is a nut job. I love him. He's nuts.
What's the name of the facility?
Don't have the name yet. I did not see that part. What I do know, going to have a lot of toilets. Lots of toilets. Steve Ballmer, the owner, is pumped. I mean, fired up that they're going to have a, I guess, pun intended, shitload of toilets. Here's the owner at the thing yesterday. Listen to Steve Ballmer.
Toilets! 1,160 toilets and urinals! 3 times the NBA average number of toilets and urinals. We do not want people waiting in line. We want them to get back to their damn seats.
I like that he's like the white Oprah with toilets. You get a toilet. You get a toilet. Everyone gets toilet.
Hey, he looked like a bootleg Raymond Reddington from Blacklist. Shout out Mike O'Shea, man.
Look at his enthusiasm, though. I want to see this again.
Toilets! 1,160 toilets and urinals. 3 times the NBA average number of toilets and urinals.
They spell.
He does make a good point, though. I do appreciate an owner that thinks about the details because it is annoying.
It does make sense. That
is a nice thought to have. This is an owner that shows me that he thinks about all the little things as a fan. That actually is kind of a cool thing, that you're going to have plenty of places to go do your thing and get back to the game as soon as possible, not wait for 87 hours in line.
Yeah, quickies and everything. So usually I just go during the game, like I'll pick a portion during the quarter. Like,
right.
You know, I'm going to go when there's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
You go in there at halftime, you're wasting your time.
Apparently not in the new Clipper Stadium. You get a toilet. You get a toilet. Everyone gets toilets. Everyone gets to pee. You ever pee in the trough, by the way?
Nah.
That's a weird thing. Actually, yeah, women don't know anything about what goes on in a real bathroom.
Nah, I don't use those type of facilities. I go in there and get it done.
Yeah. Those are weird.
Yeah.
Those are awkward.
I don't know about that.
So
I don't know about that.
Clippers got a new facility. Clippers going to have a bunch of toilets. He was way
too happy.
He was ready to go there. Sometimes if you're a former NBA player, life can come at you quick and you decide, you know what, I'm just going to pretend to be who they think I am and be a rapper.
And do drive-bys?
No, this one actually, Quinn Cook. Remember Quinn Cook? He's played for the Warriors.
Quinn Cook. All right, run him up. Let me see.
Not that famous of a guy, so he's at the mall, and some girls thought he was J. Cole.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And so
Cold world.
Life gives you lemons,
Shout
make lemonade.
Drop some music, J. Cole. Drop some music. Waiting on it, man.
Yeah. And Quinn just said, what the hell? Yeah, I'm J. Cole. I'm that dude.
First of all, y'all can get my name right. What's my name? J. Cole. J. Cole.
Yeah.
First of all, she got Down syndrome.
I keep my head high. I don't know why. That's a song.
This is a case.
Know you? Oh my God.
Everybody knows him. Everybody knows me.
This is a case of not all black people look alike.
Nah,
Because he looks nothing like J. Cole, bro.
I am trying
First
my
of all,
best.
J. Cole has dreads right now.
Yeah. I'm trying my
those
best to
girls-
not say much.
Because I'm white. Because he's white. Because he
Look
is
at him.
white. Look at him, man.
That don't even look anywhere near like J. Cole, bro. He has dreads, and J. Cole hoop better than him.
Now, in defense of the girl that you kind of picked on there a little bit, I think, the camera might have caught her at a bad
Nah,
time.
bro. If it's one thing I know is women, and she just she doesn't have that. You know what? Edit that part out.
Yeah, she looks like, by the way, too, one of the Mediterranean, the ones that'll come up to you with like the soap and the sea salt, and those people can
Butterface?
sell. I'm not going there. I'm saying just the ones that are like, "Hey, how are you? Would you like to have a free sea salt scrub?" And they are some of the best pushy ass salesmen. Those
Gypsies.
people, basically can sell ketchup to a woman in white gloves. They are just a ketchup popsicle. Excuse me, is the analogy I wanted to use. So
That's
but
pretty nasty. But
they might be, not NBA familiar or whatever, so it might not just be like,
that
oh,
does
black
not
man must be a
look
rapper.
Like J. Cole. That looks nothing like J. Cole. Nothing at all, bro. J. Cole has dreads, man. J. Cole probably taller than him.
I love that he rolled with it.
First of all, y'all can get my name right. What's my name?
J. Cole. J. Cole.
Look at her. Whoa.
I keep my head high.
I think she was trying to be cool. I think she's trying to be like J. Cole. Like I think she's trying
Go back to it.
You want to
Watch
see it one more
Oh, yeah,
time? You'll
watch
pick
it.
on this poor girl.
I'm not picking on her.
Name right. What's my name?
J. Cole. J. Cole.
Yeah.
Bro.
I keep
Meth
my
much?
head high. I don't know why.
Try to show you a nice
Everybody know
video.
you? Oh my God.
Everybody knows him. Everybody knows me.
Everybody know me. I'm J. Cole, lady. Let me get them digits.
He funny for that.
Yeah. So sometimes.
You know how you say rappers want to be hoopers and hoopers want to be...
yeah, J. Cole wanted to be a player.
Nah, J. Cole hoop right now.
Yeah.
I think he in the G League.
Yeah, he's played G League. I mean, it's funny. Like you said,
He
perfect
played
example.
overseas.
J. Cole actually has played semi-pro, G League and stuff like that, is a decent basketball player.
Catching alley-oops in a celebrity game.
Borderline good NBA basketball player. Quinn Cook is maybe a borderline decent. I don't know. That singing left me a lot to be desired. But it's interesting that he decided, J. Cole wants to be a player. He wants to be J. Cole at the mall. We all want to be somebody else, man.
Nah, I like being myself.
We all want to be somebody else.
Big L for him.
You don't like that one?
Big L.
Bigger L for me was Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, you guys can keep trying it, but it looks so pathetic when you do the Steph and the Steph don't work.
It's not going to work for you. Steph is an alien.
Right.
Like, even with the injury right now, he can still go out there and probably flame anybody we know personally up right now.
To give you an idea, like was a three-point shooter. I played college ball, and I could shoot a basketball. Doing that, the Steph we're talking about, obviously, is when Steph shoots and turns around and spins and looks the other direction before the ball even goes in the basket because he
It's
just felt
basically
it.
when he releases.
As soon as he releases it,
he's
doesn't
he's
even look.
He's like, that's going in. Stop
Right.
playing.
Turns around.
Yeah.
That's hard because I've tried it just for fun. Like you're kind of like you said, unless you wait till that split second as soon as you release, it kind of throws your shot off a little. Your shoulder kind of goes this way. So a lot of NBA guys, though, because it's a copycat league, are trying to do it. And Kyle Kuzma tried to do the Steph Curry and couldn't have gone worse. Other than maybe if he airballed. I think it's worse.
It almost airballed. It was that close.
I think it's worse that he could have got the offensive rebound. That to me is the big part.
Yeah, and his teammate was go ahead.
Yeah, Wizards game. Look at Kuzma.
Kuz with a spin, kick out. See right there, I want to kiss with the shoot that.
With the Steph move.
Nice.
Okay.
Foul, Will, though.
With and it was a whole brick too.
That's definitely gonna be on Shaq.
Like he said, big old Shaq brick. It was, man. It was
Yeah.
a big brick. He could have injured somebody with that.
Yeah, so there's another view, too, by the way. I have two of them. You look at, by the way, Porzingis, who's having a good year on the bench. Others are like, bro, you could have had the damn rebound. Instead, you're trying to be Steph Curry.
Kuzma's going to take this shot, and then I want you to watch him. He's messing around with his
Like the
guys
rebound
on the
would've
bench,
went right
and that
back
thing
to him.
came right back to where he was.
Teammates
J. Cole?
talking shit. I saw some black dude on the bench. Is that J. Cole?
Luka!
Luka!
It's all right, because it's all right.
Yeah, so sometimes you're Kyle Kuzma and you try to do things you're not supposed to be doing. I would love to see in some random universe where Kristaps Porzingis becomes a warrior, but that's just a whole
Better never.
You're just putting word association for me with Steph and the Wizards and Porzingis, and I'm like, oh, what if Porzingis? Because they could use a big man so bad. Last ones.
They got to fire Draymond to get him.
Man, did you see, by the way, Draymond's little conniption fit last night?
I heard.
That's the video I don't have.
He was going off on like Dylan Brooks or something.
He was pouting during a game because he wanted the ball. It was actually Jordan Poole too, the people the one that he's had the issue with, and slumps like this, stops paying attention to the play. Jordan tries to finally pass him the ball, goes past him, turns into a turnover the other direction.
Is that when Poole got that tech?
No, that was another situation against the Thunder. The Warriors. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, they done, bro.
Yeah, they really are.
Hey, my Bulls could beat your Warriors right now.
Probably.
Yeah, and you still haven't even looked up that stat about them hats, man.
I do need to look that up.
Yep, the Lakers don't sell as many hats as the Chicago Bulls.
You know what else I'm looking at? You know what I'm looking up instead? Instead of the stuff you need me to look up? Dog videos.
Dog videos?
I love dog videos.
I'm thinking about getting a dog. You know I sell dog toys online. Shameless plug. Amazon. Anyway, good.
Tony's Treats, something like that?
Nah, I ain't going to show you yet. I'm going to bring it in one day.
I know you sell toys.
Well, I don't sell those ones anymore. The reason why I don't, because I was actually giving them away. Like, you can't, after she uses it, you can't be like, all right, give me the money for the rose.
I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine.
This was a cute
I want my
one.
own ladies drop. Good.
You would like this. I want to say the Chicago Cubs, Chi-Town. This was a pitcher, and the dog recognized it was his uncle. It's like his uncle. So it was his brother. It was at home watching his brother pitch. But the dog clearly seems to recognize, like, oh, I know that dude. Check this out. Oh, Mets. Sorry, Mets. Hey, I know you. What's up, man? What you doing? You gonna throw me the ball? You wanna throw me the ball? Throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. I know that guy. Throw me the ball. Thought that was cute.
That's pretty dope, man.
You know what's interesting, by the way? I looked this up because I remember back in the day they said that dogs could not see television. Like for the longest time.
Yeah, they were saying they're colorblind and all that for TV.
And so I've noticed, though, there's been a lot of these videos popping up where dogs are watching, like, The Lion King and are invested. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell they are into it.
Like, if you turn it, they're going to look at you like, bruh, I will bite your face.
Yeah, or like, a certain animal, they'll bark at it and all that.
I'm getting a dog, but I'm probably going to get a monkey or a kangaroo as well. I digress.
Yeah. I looked it up, though. What you know what it is? It's the new HD. I had a feeling, because, again, I'm smarter than you think.
I am the smartest man alive!
And I was like, I'm noticing these videos now are starting to connect with new HD screens. Is there something to it? Because the old cat,
analog, yeah.
The refresher rate wasn't fast enough. A dog's eyes process information and see things at a quicker rate per second, or whatever you want to call it, frames per second, whatever the rate is. Theirs goes faster. Their eyes go faster than ours. And probably because, they have to react quick. You know what I mean? Like they had to survive more in the wild and do all that. HD TVs like double or triple the refresher rate, which is fast enough now for a dog to see what we've been seeing. So if you ever wondered why, if you had the old TVs and you could have something on, the dog didn't seem to know or pay attention other than it was hearing things, and now is reacting to the point it can recognize faces, because dogs recognize faces very well.
I can tell you that. Like, that's the reason why women call men dogs, because our eyes refresh really quick when we see another woman, and now that we can see, no, it's just not.
It's close.
Okay, well,
it's close.
Yeah,
trying to keep your eyes straight.
I'm not going to say that I can relate, but okay, bet.
But yeah, it's just so there's a little fun fact for you that dogs now with the new HD TVs can see.
So when the chick call you a dog, be like, I have better eyes than you, I guess.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm seeing things. I'm seeing things on another level.
Different way. I'm way faster than you with that.
That dog clearly did, though. Seem to think like, I know that dude.
Yeah,
I know that dude.
Ball,
hey,
throw me the ball, bro.
Right? Probably been, as a pitcher, probably been playing fetch with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to hear the anthem one last time because I got to get a good laugh before I go to bed. I know before I get out of here. Now, as a former, or still, what do you say when you're not serving currently? You're still active?
No, I'm a veteran.
Veteran. Okay. As a
veteran. It's not even that. He's just horrible.
Right.
He's just horrible. Like, so nobody was at practice like, hey, bro, you want to go over that one time so I can hear what you got going on right quick?
I'm going to try to look it up. I honestly think this poor guy, probably he's a singer. They rehearsed this. It's the anthem. I can do the anthem.
Was it karaoke? He's like, you know what? I got it, bro. Put me Put me in the game, coach.
This was the start of either a horse or a racetrack, some sort of track thing, and he's just doing the anthem. And, you've seen in other situations, life comes at you fast. You probably rehearsed it 8,000 times. You get to that moment, and you choke, and you can't remember the words, and then the Rockets were there, and someone was there.
Proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars were so gallantly there, as the rockets were there, and the twilight's last gleaming, and the rockets' red glare were so gallantly there.
Right now, he just freestyling.
Stripes were all there.
Did he say in Christ?
And the rockets were there.
And everyone was there because they're there, and we're all there together there.
Douchebag says what? What?
He's fired, bro. He's fired.
I don't think he's British, by the way. I think he's
he's British, bro. Who chooses to sing the national anthem with the wrong words in a British accent?
But even his style is just like operatic white,
That's all right, because it's all white.
That's sometimes if you go to a white church, you'll do the holla da da ba ba da da. Like, I mean, that's like a very, I've heard that voice sung 100 times like that.
And how Dave Chappelle say he making my soft.
That's all right, because it's all white.
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
What's good, man?
Comes at you quick. Hour went quick.
Yeah, it did.
We got to roll.
Go home.
Got to go home, man.
Yeah, you got to go home.
We got to leave here.
The weekend coming up. Spring break on the way.
You know?
No kids for me, so ladies tap in. I mean, what?
Keep your phone off.
Nah, I ain't answering my phone.
Keep your phone off. Don't be putting yourself on the internet. You're gonna be doing a discussion. Tony will no longer be part of the podcast.
Do not record me. Do not. I don't do social media. He convinced me to do this. I don't even want to be recorded. I'm like, dang, man. Do I got to share the link? It's fun though. Health and wealth.
Health and wealth.
Stay blessed. Blessed and highly favored.
All right.
I'm out.
See you.